Weebs Podcast. Shit, this is episode 36. We're talking about the movie Lupin III, Castle of Cagliostro. Did I say that right, Sasha?
Yes, you did.
Bet. I'm one of your hosts, Shawnee095.
I'm DanbyyTV.
I'm Psychometryyy.
I am SashasStreams.
And this is Sasha's pick of the week. He decided to go with a movie this time. A good oldie, right?
Oh, yeah. 79. It's a
So,
wonderful movie.
I have never seen like any of the Lupins.
I'm actually kind of glad this is your first one because it's a really good introduction of what Lupin is. Though, if you ever watch it in the future, those aren't the normal voice actors. It's a little jarring.
I also did watch it in the English.
That is probably for the best.
Okay.
The English dubs for Lupin are actually really good. They're localized rather than, just translated. Because as you saw, when we were watching it last night, when we were watching it with the subtitles on, because, I'm kind of a deaf bastard, so sometimes I like to be able to read what's going on as well. But
it's different. Yeah.
Not a single word was the same between the English subtitle and the actual movie.
Well,
this is on Netflix, by the way, for anybody watching who wants to see this and still has their Netflix subscription.
the thing about it was no one in the movie, literally no one, calls him Lupin. They all call him the Wolf.
Which is actually semi-accurate because Lupin is wolf in French, and the whole background is he is the third Lupin of the famous Lupin thieving, family.
Okay.
Hence the Lupin III. But yeah, he's world renowned as a criminal, and his alias is the Wolf. Which, it's debatable in Japanese whether they want to, refer to him as, Wolf or Lupin. It's just kind of a localization thing. Which, it's nice. It's a little odd thing, but it shows that they're paying more attention than just directly translating something. And also, my God, the animation is so wonderful in this movie.
No, I really liked it, yeah. It's that good old animation style, that good crisp shit.
Everything has a purpose, all of the movement is super fluid, and it's lifelike.
Definitely something I miss that you won't see as much in modern anime unless they usually specify themselves as a comedy, in which case they'll, really use animation to their advantage to create comedy. Is definitely that Looney Tunes kind of style in terms of
tweening and shit like that.
Yes.
In terms of how they sketch their characters, the animation. Definitely something I miss. Blast
Yeah,
from the
you could
past,
tell when it was serious and whenever it's trying to go for the funny stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a really good visual cue to also help separate it. And it's Lupin is always fun because it's never just, super serious shit. He's always gonna, joke on him. He's always gonna look at the main guy and just dick on him any way he can.
He's like the smug shit poster of 1970s, dude.
Exactly. Lupin is a very, special place for me because I absolutely love the entire series. I do need to go back and watch it since I think it has been released semi-recently, and with the new Fujiko show coming up soon.
I think I haven't watched this. It's encouraged me to try and find a way to watch Detective Conan versus Lupin III. I have a feeling I'm going to really enjoy that one.
It's gonna be really good.
There's a movie about Conan and
oh yeah,
Lupin.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty dope.
I think twice, right? It wasn't just one time. I think they did
there
twice.
There was the Bullet Train, and I believe there was one more. I may be wrong about that, but yeah, dude, it's been a super prolific show along with Conan, and there's a reason for it. The music is wonderful, the animation, it's all a really fun time.
Dude, main characters that came out of that time were super. They definitely had a charm to them because they were all written to be, these suave, super smart characters that were a little sassy. So there was definitely an old charm to how they wanted to write their main characters.
And might I say, wonderful fucking attention to detail with the weaponry. My gods, it was just watching throughout the movie, you kind of see, everybody using different kinds of weapons, but it's not just like generic handgun or something. It's like a Luger or a PPSH, NP40s.
An anti-tank rifle.
Yeah, a PTRS anti-tank rifle, an MG42. It's awesome. It just shows they really care about their animation.
Audiences, as you might not know if you haven't seen it, there is a scene where the character, what's his name? Was it Goemon or
Goemon? With the
one with the sword?
Samurai?
No, the one with the hat.
Jigen.
Yeah,
Jigen,
there's a scene where Jigen, he's like sliding down the side of this roof, and he's got an anti-tank rifle on his back. Those things, they do like a zoom out shot, and it's like twice the length of his body, and he's just casually sliding down the side of the roof with it.
Oh yeah, no, it's full of just ridiculous shit like that, and I love it. Like, because it's an actual rifle. Like, they didn't just make some big fuck off rifle for just, nothing. It's like, oh, this is an actual like World War II gas powered rifle.
2 guesses as to what he possibly could have used such a strong weapon for. I'm gonna give you the spoiler now. He shot a dude with it, so that dude is dead.
Oh, he is dead. The wall behind him is dead. Anybody walking down the street, the man's is
just
gone.
Dicked.
We never once see him use it on an actual vehicle. All I could just think is, the hell did you need to bring that thing for then?
And it wasn't like
fair.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
so
it does
that
have
was
a power
solution. Oh yeah,
I don't know about that though, because that's point blank with a fucking
but still though, all that happened was like the clothes just like poof. The only one who actually like pierced the armor was Goemon with his sword.
Yeah, it's fair, but like by all rights, that man is diggity dead.
Yeah, I feel like they should have went with the just having the bullet just pile straight through him. I mean, given what we know about how they chose to end this movie, it's like,
yeah, that is
they could have done it. They're not above horrific deaths in this movie.
Yeah,
no, for sure.
So
there was, I mean, I think in the entire movie there's only 2 deaths, really.
Yeah, and which that's another thing that I really like about Lupin. Like, it's everything you see on screen. It's usually Chekhov's gun. Like, things are gonna get used, but it's never like gratuitous bullshit. Like, it's nothing superfluous to the story. Like, no violence for violence sake, or other things like you'd see in some Law and Order animes.
Yeah. Well, I guess let's go ahead and get into the story of it.
Indeed. I actually took notes. Also,
let me see your review.
There's a little. It opens up, to a nice little heist with Jigen and Lupin. But as they're making out with a literal Volvo car full of money, just stacked to the brim, Lupin's like, "Oh man, buddy, it's fake." He's like, nah, dude."
Yeah,
but
like,
it did be fake. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in the anime community, if you've ever seen this iconic meme of Lupin tossing money, like
just
bale full of money out the car, this is where it's from.
This is the movie. It's it is one of the best memes from this show. So they start tossing it out, and Lupin gets the nice idea. Hey, you know what? Let's go find out where this came from.
You know,
Just,
as any good thief does.
Yeah, just to do it. Just to prove he can. And as they're going to the picturesque, countryside of, insert country here.
Montage.
That was a name, right? That was a name.
It's kind of the actual country is called Cagliostro, but I would like to fuck English.
You'd like to
I would like to say, he says Cagliostro is the smallest country in the world with what was it, 3,000 people or something
500,
like that?
3,500.
Incorrect. Sealand. Population of fucking 30.
Jesus.
It's literally
except for
just
that one
like
scene that we saw.
It's literally like a metal platform out in the middle of the ocean off the British Isles. Just a little stupid fun fact.
So, future of, what was it, Britain? Future of Britain in the EU, right?
Oof.
Spicy. I mean, I feel like they gotta have a plan for that, right? You don't just say, I'm just gonna disconnect from the fucking United Kingdom forever.
I mean, sometimes. They just wanted to be their own.
Onto that actual one town that's like population, what, like 10 people, 30 people? It's an actual just barge out in the ocean.
Yeah,
it's an actual city.
Wait, what?
It's an actual country, yeah. It's got its own sovereignty.
Jesus.
Yeah, there's a bunch of weird little, quote-unquote sovereign nations that people, generally the UN will not recognize.
So if you think about it, Lupin was way ahead of its time in terms of predicting, world affairs.
All right.
Hello.
Well, so we go into montage mode, and after montage, we get to see them driving closer and closer to Cagliostro.
Which
and Jigen starts to take a nap. No, that's before the montage, right? Or is that after montage?
That's after I believe.
Okay.
They start driving out, and you get to see around now one of the best parts about Lupin. He loves his disguises, and it's usually really fun whenever he does it.
Yes.
He does enjoy dressing up as other people, and it often works out very well for him.
I think my favorite dress up from the movie was whenever he dresses up as the inspector.
Oh yeah, Inspector Zenigata.
Yes.
Yeah. Is dude, there's so many times where he has his own Zenigata, multiple outfits.
Just on deck and ready.
Oh yeah, anytime. Because he plays around with them all the time. He even called him in, as we will see later. He just doesn't. He enjoys playing around and fucking around with Zenigata as much as he can.
Well, it's funny though, because Gaijin's also wearing this fat suit basically, and when they drive away, he just right the little tie, just poof, and then all the air just pops out.
Just starts deflating, yeah.
But he starts to go back to sleep, and the car has a flat tire, and they're out here yeah, it's time to play rock, paper, scissors
on who has to do the work.
Yeah, or who has to change the tire. And of course, this is when we get introduced to the princess.
Crafty Lupin wins.
Well, yeah, that was a lot of ham.
Well, we see the princess drive by in a car in a wedding dress.
Oh, we'll probably finish tomorrow.
Being chased by
just some random girl.
Anyway, I'm in the middle of something.
Yeah, at this point, random girl. And then we see the bad guys chasing her. And now, tell me why this little, VW car has like
a jet engine in the back.
has some bullshit like boost engine.
Yeah, it just instantly starts catching up with them. And also, this is where you hear the best fucking stinger ever. I love the Lupin theme, and it is used to great effect in this chase scene.
Damn, jazzy anime themes hit different, and I am so sad that oftentimes nowadays in anime, they often go with the whole J-pop electronic route. Not to bash too hard on it, because there are some really good ones. You know, I can't get away with listening to a few anime OPs nowadays whenever I want to hype myself up. But just the sound of stylistic, jazzy anime music, it's just really something. It's just two things that you don't think would really mesh well, and then they do it, and you're like, oh, this is beautiful. This is art. This is truly something beautiful. I think one of the more recent examples, just to quickly pull away, but Boruto did this with their newest OP, and I was just like, oh, you know, it's snazzy, it's jazzy, it's got a pop to it. So it was like listening to the Lupin theme, especially, was just honey to my ears. Honey to my ears.
Oh, good shit. So now, as this amazing theme is playing, you just see all this crazy. You get a like taste now of a bit of, you know, how this world works. It's not exactly supposed to be hella realistic because, you know, jet-powered Volvo for one. Two, it going up a pretty much sheer like rock face.
You got a taste of that Lupin III physics. You understand the physics of this world now. How's this gonna work? Plot convenience. There you go.
Exactly. Can I run down a sheer fucking rooftop without dying?
Fucking 80-degree incline. This.
Oh, dude.
Answer is yes, if the plot needs me to.
Yeah, it is a little bit of plot contrivance, but it's usually pretty fun. It's never usually a thing of like, oh, yo, but what the fuck?
That's also the things I missed earlier with talking about how stylistically anime has changed. It's also just when anime takes itself too seriously with how they want to approach realism. It's like, this is the kind of shit I missed when it was just, he can do it because the plot allows him to. That's a pretty unpopular opinion. I've seen a lot of people say that they like their anime grounded in some form of like realistic realism according to like physics and whatnot, but it's just like seeing Lupin do all this ridiculous shit is really a treat to watch.
Yeah, because I mean, there's something to be said definitely about a consistent, you know, story and stuff, conveying stakes, but sometimes you just want to have fun. You just want to have fun watching.
Exactly.
Yeah. So they're driving down this road, and you know these guys are literally just fucking opening up fire on this vehicle.
One of them tosses a nade.
Yeah,
a couple of nades.
The dudes start tossing like German like potato masher grenades just out the back of the car, just, you know, as one does. And they're while they're trying to fucking run this poor woman off the road. So of course, yeah, Lupin's just like, yeah, no, we definitely gotta help. And somehow, just yeah, they get these guys off her ass.
Makes me wonder if there's like a whole prequel story or whatnot with what we know.
There may be some obscure manga, but I doubt it, because they really do self-contain this story, and you know, with the
as usually anime movies do, yes,
which is good. I love that about fucking movies. They're at least self-contained most of the time.
True, yeah, because it does make it very much approachable, especially if you're trying to get someone into the franchise for the first time.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check into that. But as far as I know, I think this is just a one-off story. I'm not sure.
So going forward with the story, it's that after they rescue this woman, it appears that there's a whole mystery surrounding around her about how Lupin seems so eager to rescue her and why it seems like he has a familiarity with her. And, you know, he never explicitly outright tells us until much later on, but at this point, he just says, there's a very good reason that we're here, and it's tied to that lady and this ring that she gives him.
Well, gives, quote-unquote, she kind of, while he was rescuing her, they took a bit of a fall. So she takes one of her gloves to help, you know, clean him up a bit. And she just kind of forgets her ring in there.
Left it in his care, basically.
Yeah, I thought that was intentional. Was that not intentional?
I don't think
I thought it was intentional as well.
Because she doesn't show any familiarity to him either until way later.
Because I was under the impression while she doesn't outright say it.
I'm just thinking about how quick and how hard she was to just be like, yeah, no, I love this man. This man's the man for me. Meanwhile, he's just over here like, I knew you when you were a child. This is not okay with me.
God damn it, we're skipping way ahead.
I know, I'm sorry. I was just thinking about that.
That is a fair thought, but I mean, we'll get to that.
Yes.
But yeah, after she runs off, she gets fucking captured again.
As damsel in distress,
you need a plot.
As the plot command, which she ran into a forest. I don't know what kind of fucking boat they have that can just, you know, track somebody running through the forest, but some pretty good technology.
They had motion sensing tech in the 70s. They could have had a boat with like radar chips and whatnot.
They had lasers and whatnot. Yeah,
does that suggest that she's been chipped or something?
Hey man, I believe it.
At this point, why not?
Dude's got a hypno drug. You think it wouldn't?
Well, fair enough. But yeah, eventually Jigen finds him again. Also, a little side note: Constellation Room. Fucking why? Dumb.
Stylistic.
Also, bed in the literal center of the fucking room.
Listen, man, we knew this man was gaudy. We never said he was practical.
What kind of psychopath puts their bed in the middle of a room?
You know, when you have this space,
no,
you don't care where you put your bed.
No, I refuse. Who the fuck does that?
When you have a room the literal size of a house, who cares?
Fuck it, I guess. Fair enough.
You want to be center stage for whenever you do your deed with others and shit? Yeah, no. That goes that goes in the middle.
No, yeah, wasn't that very common for Victorian era bedrooms? Was that not?
No, not.
I don't think
right
so.
In the middle of the
no, just for like, you know, the royalties.
I mean, no, it was against a wall. It just usually had room on either side. Side tangent.
Nah, I feel like that's had to have been common enough to come from somewhere.
No, that's just literally.
It's not just a media choice. It has to have some historical significance.
Don't you try to give credence to this? Fuck off.
I mean, it just shows up so often that it's like
so often. Where else have you seen this?
Bedroom in the middle. Let's see. I think. No, I might be wrong with Love is War. They did it in SAO. They did it in.
Well, yeah, that's trash though. But
well,
when did they do it in SAO?
What administrator? In the new one. You know, when fucking Yu-Gi-Oh's walking up to administrator's bedroom.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Lie with me."
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Right?
But yeah, that's the only
Is that
other
not-
thing, and I don't count that anime as actually existing. So
Because he's angry because it has the real
Fucking-
black swordsman.
fuck off, because they fucking lifted their entire plot from Dot Hack.
I wouldn't count Shrek because that room is tiny.
That's not an anime.
I know, we're not talking about it. We're just talking about how many times in media they just have
Okay,
the bed
fair
in
enough.
the middle.
I've just been kind of looking for media in general, and I'm not really finding a whole
I'm
lot.
gonna prove my point about this
It's
Victorian
our little side tangent.
era bedrooms.
I can almost guarantee you.
We're gonna make a big deal about this. No, these are too modern. No. Old.
So as they're doing this,
The
while
Victorian
they're
style.
doing whatever they're doing,
Yes, please continue.
Lupin and Jigen end up at a local, restaurant or whatever, like inn kind of pub thing. And Lupin's checking out this sick new ring he found in this glove.
And it's got a goat on it.
They do indeed have, I believe, they're also based off of, like, I can't remember which astrological signs, but I believe it's Capricorn and another one for the emblems on the ring. But anyways, he's inspecting the ring, and a woman comes over, starts taking their order, and actually tells him what it is. Well, at least it looks a lot like the princess's ring of whatever the fuck, I guess at this point it would be inheritance or whatever it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I guess such
Yeah, it's a family heirloom.
spastic idea. But yeah, family heirloom ring. And at this point, I believe that is later. I'm sorry, that's right. But Jigen does start seeing like, you holding out on me, boss, as he's also stealing all the food. I want my spaghetti.
Dude, those were some nice looking spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh,
What can I
dude,
say?
really? Honestly, it makes me hungry even thinking about them.
It's weird their relationship they have. Like, this would be my first Lupin and everything. If this is supposed to be boss, I mean, that's all he ever calls him. But
So-
I mean, I'm assuming they're really just partners.
Yeah,
Just
no,
make him look
boss is
older.
a very that's I think that's just a mistranslation or something like that. But yeah, no, Jigen, Lupin, and Goemon are pretty much all see each other as equals. Like they both, respect, how much more of a thief Lupin is, and his judgment, but they're all equals.
But whenever they go to the Cagliostro ruins where the fire happened, the way that Jigen acts with Lupin is kind of like, it's like kind of nice because you see him like try to bring his friend like out of his little like haze that he's in. Like, hey dude, tell me what's going on.
Yeah, I love it because it does show like character in these characters, because you don't see that kind of shit in animes now. It's like it's all just edgy shite. But there it's just like, yeah, hey bud, you alright? What's going on? You want to talk to me about it? If not, I'm gonna fucking break you in half.
Yeah, admittedly, the side
the
characters
human
in new
body
anime are always
should
getting
not-
shafted, right?
Huh?
That body should not be bending in that way.
No, it should not. And then Lupin starts revealing, oh, I've been here before. Tried to rob Cagliostro once, didn't go too well, nearly died, but yeah. I knew the princess. He's like, wait, what? That was a princess? Oh yeah, I kind of forgot to tell you. It seems like a pretty fucking vital piece of information that you should tell your partner. Like, that seems pretty important, yeah?
I would say so, yeah.
Dude. But I believe around this time it starts going back and forth to the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Dude creeping on her while she's knocked out. Count Cagliostro, which also has a weird fucking what they call an autogyro, which is I believe that is actually a term, but that is the weirdest design for an aerial vehicle that I have ever seen.
Do you not drive an autogyro?
Shut up.
I mean,
shut up.
It's got jet engines on the propellers. I mean, I feel like this is a very commonplace, like, you know, piece of like vehicular machinery.
Shut up. But yeah, he macking on the poor woman while she's asleep, but gets angry when he realizes that she don't have her ring too.
The fuck's your ring?
Yep. And right around this time, also, we see a strange woman creeping around the Cagliostro Estate. Also, I want to just comment on why the fuck do the Scooby-Doo eyes through the fucking painting? Okay, but here's the thing. The implications of that are even more stupid. How does that get installed in your house without you knowing?
That is exactly what I was wondering. If this is supposed to be his, like, manner, how does he not know that there is literal, like, eye painting holes? Like,
Scooby-Doo shit. And he looks right at it, too.
She's like, yep, nothing to see here. Those eyes definitely look like they were always there.
Yeah, that's definitely a painting, right?
It's like one of those things where it's like, people notice when furniture gets moved like an inch out of place because your daily habits are so ingrained into your brain. If something gets slightly out of place, you'll immediately notice. So the guy apparently didn't notice that one day his painting was lacking eye holes. Lacking eyeballs.
No, it still had eye holes.
They just slotted away.
It was like this, and then just went away whenever like someone was looking through it, then just went right back.
But that bears the question of how the hell did that get installed in the house
without
him knowing?
Yes.
But anyways, besides that...
Apparently he didn't question the maid, grabbing a hacksaw, and he's just like, where are you going? Construction.
Sorry, boss. I know you told me to go watch that the girl, but
gotta
go do some other things.
You wanted.
Don't worry if you hear a lot of sawing sounds from behind your office.
We're just installing a new coffee table. Don't worry about it.
It'll be fine.
But yeah, so
God.
Lupin, now knowing where shit's going on, after now seeing where the boat fucking docked, and he was also familiar with the place obviously as well. But seeing that, he has a smart little idea.
Hatches his master plan, his scheme.
His scheme to rescue the damsel.
To rescue the princess.
So,
anyways, yes, he calls in Goemon, right?
He does call in Goemon, and also secretly Inspector Zenigata, calling in a threat on himself.
God, it's how much of like. How ballsy you have to be, like, yeah, I'm just gonna bring the cops here.
Fucking galaxy brain Lupin.
We will never understand the capacity capacity of this man's brain.
I mean, honestly, he had it kind of all planned out, too. But yep,
so if you don't know, audience, is his great master plan is he's going to sneak in through I think it was the aqueduct?
Yes.
With Jigen.
Yes, with Jigen. Donning his scuba gear, swimming through the aqueduct, swimming through their little system that hooks up water from
rifle on him.
The big reservoir to the fountains.
Typically, he usually has his revolver on him.
They're going to come out of the fountain. He's going to disguise himself as Inspector Zenigata.
Yeah. But Jigen does get separated because apparently those aqueducts are really fucked up.
Yeah. Apparently you can get crushed through an aqueduct. I didn't know that was possible.
No. That is... Okay, if you have a bunch of waterworks through there, theoretically.
The actual Looney Tunes shit that happens throughout this, I love it.
Oh, it is pretty good.
I don't know, I just have a fear of swimming through small crevices now.
Him acting like a salmon trying to swim upstream. Oh, it's so
Dude,
good.
The way he defied physics. Falling. Like, there's a stream of water and he's falling, but because he's in the water, the cartoon physics is like, I'll just swim.
I'll just swim up faster.
He gains a little
Gaijin
elevation.
Tries to reach out.
Yeah, he gains a little elevation, but then inevitably, falls.
Now, around this time, the Interpol goons start showing up.
The goons.
And Zenigata goes to the Creepzoid and is like, I heard you had a Lupin problem.
Well, this is a lot of order, but yeah.
Wait, what is it? No, that's about it.
That happened before the aqueduct.
Did it?
Yes.
Oh, fuck, that's right. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
But before that, Zenigata shows up, starts wanting to, poke around, start looking for Lupin. But
it was during the aqueduct. He goes, what's that windmill for?
Oh, that's right.
To a fountain. Right. And he goes and literally puts his chin into the water.
Yeah, puts his chin in the water. Yeah. Oh, hi, Josh.
Josh has dropped out of the call.
Do you want to take a second?
It's fine.
No, it's all good. He's got some family issue. He has to go take care of.
Right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, Zenigata starts trying to poke around, and of course, Creepzoid tells him, "Piss off! I have my own guards that have swords."
And laser systems.
Yeah, by the way,
Jesus.
The best fucking cigarette butt destroying system in existence. Such clean yards. Think about it.
It's like every smoker's dream where they can just toss their cig away and not have to worry about cleaning up afterwards.
Yeah, just
zapped it straight out of the air. It was amazing.
Best anti-litter system ever.
That was the creator's solution to park pollution.
Shit. And we see the lasers come back later.
So. Yeah, we do see those later. But now, back to them moving through that aqueduct. Or I guess the waterworks at this point. Which, I love how you see Zenigata just stare into the mouth, and then you see Lupin just like, oh fuck it, just kind of crawl back down a little bit.
Sneak back a little bit.
Inches back down.
It's like that feeling when little kids playing hide and seek with their parents, and the parent knows you're there, but you're just like, oh, yeah, they didn't notice me.
It fucking Zenigata just was too embarrassed to tell him, look, I can see you.
I can fucking see you, man. But he was just like, fuck it. I got more pressing matters.
But, yeah, now, after all of this, I believe this is the night before the wedding, isn't it?
Yes.
No. Or no, it's I'm sorry. It's
2 nights.
days.
2 nights. 2 nights.
Yeah, two or three nights.
Yeah.
Before the wedding. But Zenigata now is just absolutely pissed because He's trying to get him to go away. You know, none of the guards are letting him go anywhere. All of him and his Interpol goons are just kind of stuck outside. And he eventually is like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. I know Lupin's here. I'm going to get in there one way or the other. After getting a call from his superiors.
No.
Wait,
You are skipping ahead still.
Is it what?
First, we had Zenigata go up to the main guard, going, "Lupin's here. I know he is." Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, and I thought he said
then,
we told I was the one that delivered the message.
Oh shit! No, I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There
There we go. Okay, I thought
But
I
then,
was right.
Dan, what happens next? What does Lupin do?
To be honest,
Bitch, pay attention.
I am paying attention.
He's here.
No bully.
I've been listening this whole time. I just did not have a thing written down for this part.
Motherfucker. Then
Hey.
No, don't worry. We can just get past this little part. It's fine.
Alright, so anyways, Lupin is then dressed up as Inspector Zenigata after he leaves and goes up to him going, "You let him get away, that was the wolf, blah blah blah, he's dressed up as me." And so then all the guards get pissed going, "Oh shit."
The absolute
And they chase
dunces
after
were
him.
like, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Let's go get him, boys." And
Let's go after the one that has the police with him and not
Yeah.
the one that's by himself right here. Yeah.
Now my favorite part comes up. Truncheon boys versus sword boys. Just a fucking battle on the stairwell of a bunch of dudes with swords. And a bunch of guys with fucking just regular
like watching the
truncheons.
ultimate reverse tug of war game.
Now, how did they figure out about the pitfall? I forgot about that part.
He literally just Zenigata ran past them after he figured out what happened, and triggered the trap. Lupin jumped up and luckily saved himself from, falling down, and then watched Chucklefuck Butler cretin how to do the head on the statue. That.
Which I gotta say, it's like
How to disengage it, you mean?
Yeah, he saw how to disengage the trap.
Which I gotta say, out of the most Scooby-Doo shit we've seen, this is the most Scooby-Doo shit we've seen. They have the classic pitfall, the classic look down, oh no.
Yeah. Wait,
That
what?
downward angle where they're looking up like, whoo.
I love that it even takes a picture.
The best part is the camera hidden in the head statue facing forward.
And say what you want about Cagliostro, but he at least has a sense of humor.
Got a sense of humor. He's just
'Cause
looking over
directly
the
after that,
photos
he looks and he's
of
like,
Zenigata
"You
and his
fucking
butler, and he's
idiots."
just like, so it works. Good to know. That is the best home defense system. I want one installed immediately.
It's awesome.
Pitfall, yes.
That'll be in my panic room, you know. They get close to where my panic room is. I flip a switch, the floor falls out beneath them.
Who's the panic for? Oh, it's for the enemy.
No, see, I'll have a panic room. I'll lock myself in the panic room, and then when the people come in, they look around, they step on that very specific spot. I'll have a switch that I'll pull.
That just
That'll open
pulls
up the
his
pitfall.
fucking Scooby-Doo.
Bro, you're gonna be fucking crunk and pull the lever?
Yeah, I'll have a one-way mirror so I can watch them pull the lever. It'll lead to just a cage on the basement floor.
Oh my god. This is straight out of Scooby-Doo.
God, man, tell me that ain't the ultimate last resort move, right? When someone's trying to break into your house. The ultimate
Right.
power move over your.
Oh, I
We
did forget.
do need to speed up a little bit. We are at 45 minutes.
We forgot about the weird woo
No,
ninjas.
Cut out 10 minutes.
The
It's been
fucking
a half an hour,
spastic
right?
ninjas.
Do what?
We still got half an hour.
No, we're at 45 minutes on the audio.
Oh, on the audio, actually.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Anyways, yeah. So he starts moving up through the castle and does the most ridiculous shit in this movie, and I love it. He gets up to the roof, right?
Oh my god.
He's gonna, he's been using
grapple
a grappling
across
hook and shit, like,
Oh,
throughout the movie. But he has one hooked up to a rocket, right? So he starts trying to light it, but, he's high up in the air. The lighter keeps blowing out. That's why you need a fucking jet lighter, but...
Oh my god.
But he drops it. So he starts, climbing down, gonna get it. Oh no, it fell again. Oh shit, well I gotta catch it. And he starts
to run after
running.
Down like
can't slow down.
80-degree incline. And might I say, this is the worst thing, because like, if you've ever run down a really steep incline, eventually your legs cannot keep up.
There comes a point when you realized you fucked up.
Yep. Your legs can no longer keep up, and you are just out gonna eat shit. But
I've had a big old skid mark on the side of my body from doing something very similar. So yes, I can definitely attest to that.
But no, not our boy Lupin. Not him.
No, he takes it in stride. Fucking jumps at the bottom, like moon jumps at the bottom. Yeets halfway across the, like, I guess, the
gap. Let's just say the gap.
Yeah, a gap in between, like, one part of the castle and another, which is massive, by the way.
Yeah.
And then
These, like, small
jumps off
towers
of that one onto another spire of the another tower, and then just fucking hugs the side of the right tower he's trying to get at.
And let's just say that, I mean, to be fair, this is anime. This is like OG, like Looney Tunes shit right here, right now. To be fair.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about like a castle spire, and we're not talking about like a skinny, like, oh, the princess is locked up in the top of the tower and it's like super narrow. No, this is like a giant, like, tower. Trying to hug onto that bitch would not work.
Especially since it's like a curved stone.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, mortar and brickwork.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it's like stoneworks, but still.
The point is, after all of his Looney Tunes shenanigans, he eventually successfully makes his way up to the tower where the princess is being held captive.
Drops in on her, and now we get to talk about the uncomfortable part. Well, no, I guess this isn't really the uncomfortable part.
Which one?
Like, at this point, he's just like, "Oh, princess, I've come here to save you." Does the whole like knight in shining armor joking routine?
I will be your knight. I will save you. Have faith in me.
Yeah, that whole.
So
spiel.
we're not at that part yet, but
it's a nice little thing.
But we as the audience get bit of context. The fact that he knows her.
Yeah, and we don't know when he knew her, kind of thing. Later on, it's a little rough, but yeah. No, he wants to save her, but all of a sudden, flick of the switch, lights come on. Cagliostro is there with his
Sean
ninjas.
Clones. His Sean clones. We haven't even talked about the Sean clones. Dude, they're fed up.
What?
They're monkeys. They do the monkey pose. They come out and they walk with monkey stances.
And they, like, dude, my favorite part is the way that they're just, like, fucking waving their hands in front of
For context, there's this game I'm playing. It's a VR Dungeon Night.
Tell me when you play, damn it. I want to play.
I'm a little crazy in that game. Yeah.
We're calling it the Rising of the Monkey Hero. Or the Shield Monkey. All you need to know is Sean's just referred to as a monkey because he plays and acts like a monkey during his playthrough.
Yeah, no, so he has a movement setting on where you have to pump your arms forward to move. So every time you look at his character, it looks like a goddamn gorilla.
There are two options to get around when it comes to elevation. They usually either let you teleport or climb like a monkey, and you can obviously guess which one Sean chose.
Yeah.
But anyway, in comes
yeah.
these monkey ninjas, right? Like sharp talons and stuff. You know, this is in the base of the army. We get introduced to them because we failed to mention this back in the restaurant scene, where they're turning in for the night at their hotel, and then they get ambushed.
Sometimes we can skip over that kind of stuff because, I mean, we do very much encourage when you listen to these podcasts that you either, like, you know, watch or at least skim over these movies or shows when you, like, listen, because we're not going to, obviously we don't have time to cover everything, and sometimes it's just best to, you know, let you guys discover stuff on your own, too.
Yeah. Well, so anyways, there's a new pitfall that suddenly appears.
Yeets Lupin down.
Yes, where there's many spikes and such, but of course he saves himself, and then because of his little grappling hook, they decide to just like drop water on him, which takes him down the rest of the way.
But he issues his challenge.
Oh, yes, please go right ahead.
Oh, yeah, well, that's all of it. But before that, he issues his challenge to Cagliostro and says, I'm gonna save her. You're not gonna stop.
Oh, that
me.
is true. Yeah. And
then they drop a shit ton of water on him.
Well, also, the fucking ring, he replaced the crafty bastard with an Explodo ring that talks to you.
Of course.
These gadgets are amazing. They're definitely a high point of the Lupin series.
Yeah. Always, and like, it's never a gadget that comes out of like nowhere. Like, what the fuck is that? Why did you have that? And where did that come from? Kind of thing.
No,
it's usually
he
never
just
that bad.
He just fucking has it, of course.
I mean, he was looking at the ring long enough. Lupin would have absolutely like, I'm just going to make a copy of this just in case.
True.
But anyways.
Well, yes. So down within the pit, he runs into his good old buddy, Inspector Zenigata.
Yes. And
yes,
he gets enemy zoned.
He also finds out that the Cagliostro has been, secretly murdering their enemies for years.
Murdering, imprisoning,
centuries.
and basically controlling all sorts of shit. Basically the big dick Illuminati of counterfeiting and all that.
Well, I think it's really like strange how, or actually I think it's really cool how they bring in like actual history into this, but like in a fictional way. How they talk about like, well, yeah, they've been able to topple or cause major issues throughout the economy, and they talk about how them with the counterfeit actually like helped to cause the Great Depression and everything.
Like
I was
Wall
like,
Street
oh shit,
crash, all that kind of stuff. Deutschmarks, yeah. It's super lovely. Like
there were
always
vague
really
mentions in
detail.
passing. They weren't that detailed.
Well, yeah, they weren't that detailed, but like, they did talk about like the whole Wall Street crash.
It's nice
and all
having
that.
the inclusion though, right, for the references. Like real.
Yeah,
they had a couple other ones too, but yeah, basically they're just setting him up as this huge family that's been fucking around for centuries and centuries.
Which gives Inspector Zenigata his purpose to go back at the Count later on.
And also not immediately arrest Lupin, which...
Yes.
Lupin wants to, he's like, hey, put it there, pal. He's like, no. Enemies owned.
But eventually they decide to team up for the betterment of taking down Cagliostro, since, Inspector Zenigata realizes, can't take him down legally. So let's work together.
Let's do
they
it.
eventually trace the source of the counterfeiting down in those deep underground cellars. There is a whole printing operation that he's got with like a whole bunch of printing presses. Which, damn, you gotta really have a lot of money to really run electricity. Deep down there, like holy shit.
I mean, not if you're technically making it, because it's paying for itself at that point.
But that's gotta be like an engineering nightmare, right?
Oh yeah,
Especially for the
theoretically.
70s. Like, holy shit.
But I mean, if you have that much money over like centuries and centuries, you know, which also begs the question. So this guy has all of this unlimited amount of wealth, right? Why does he give a shit about whatever the rings lead to? He already has literally all the money he could ever need.
That's a great question, but he wants that. He wants more. The thing is, like, yeah, you have like your money already, but he wants actual treasure, actual wealth. Because the counterfeit, like Lupin, he saw right away it was fake. Others, I guess, maybe will as well, but like, he wants something that he can actually like have as tangible treasure, not just.
I guess.
Something.
I mean, obviously he's good enough to have half of Interpol in his pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, that begs the question on whether, because they've been controlling, the economics for like millennia. So it's just like, it can't all be counterfeit. He probably has a good stockpile of wealth somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. I don't know.
I guess it's never super explained. All we need to know is,
I mean, the dude is an absolute wants it.
I don't know, you could always just explain it down the greed path of, oh, it's never enough. You know, I could have all this fake, all this real, but I just want all of it. Every single last drop. So.
I want it all.
But yep,
Give
they
it to
eventually
me,
escape
baby.
from the sewers by bonking a couple dudes who were sent to retrieve
Get
their
the
dead
ring.
bodies and the ring that Lupin still had.
All for the ring.
In their
but of
underwear, no
course,
less.
it bears mentioning, right? I don't remember if we actually specifically said, but these rings show or give the location of a treasure.
Well, that's mentioned a
why
bit
he wants
later.
it.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean he did read the inscription beforehand. And I believe he said something about it, but I may be wrong. It may be later on. But anyway, they eventually do make it out of the Undercroft area and back to the surface.
And they get to, or they charge up to the gyro.
Auto gyro.
Whatever.
Gyrocopter, yeah.
Or whatever it is, yeah.
The gyro something.
Auto gyro, I'm fairly sure. But either way, yeah, they get to that.
Yeah. And they're trying to, like, make a mad dash to get out while still trying to save the princess.
Might I also say, Extendo Bridge.
Yeah, dude, this place is like so high tech for what it is. Like, what is going on?
Motherfucker got an elevator that moves forward. He is so inefficient.
Dude is 70s Jeff Bezos.
Like, just build
He's
a
got
car
so
in there or something.
much shit.
Extendo Bridge.
Nah, extendo elevator.
So much shit, dude.
But yeah, so apparently her wing of the tower is so locked off that they have to extendo bridge every time they want to go over.
Yeah, it's
Which
just so that
seems
she
really
doesn't have a way
inconvenient.
of getting out, really.
I guess that's fair, but it also sounds
I mean,
really hella inconvenient.
she's already tried to escape, so they really want to make sure she doesn't.
That's fair. But yeah, at this point, we find out who this mystery woman earlier peeking through the painting was. It's Fujiko, which is another of Lupin's on-again, off-again frenemy things-ish. Kind of. Love interest, not really.
Thing.
Especially if you're a fan of the series, you would have been like, no way!
You were like,
But we were looking at it like,
it's her.
Yeah.
At that point, you're like,
What?
oh, yeah, blonde lady. Wow. But,
Amazing.
yeah, we find out it's
Sounds-
Fujiko, who then begins to help the princess try to escape. Throws a grenade, not much happens.
Yeah, after the princess tries to break the window with a chair, nothing
Just
happens. She's like,
balances-
here,
or
let's
no,
try using
the
this.
chair shatters.
Puts a grenade on the freaking windowsill. Nothing. Just like, bro, what kind of glass is this? Like, what kind of window is this?
That's
Some bulletproof
triple-
glass would stand grenades.
Theoretically, yes, because if it's just a fragmentation grenade, it's literally just the shrapnel is what the payload is, and a little bit of explosive. But I want to also point out here, Fujiko absolutely at least murders 3 people here.
Yeah. Oh no, so yeah, that brings up our death toll to 5.
Yeah, because I know she like continues gunning down that hallway with a Thompson, but I know she tossed like 1 or 2 grenades out there too. So
I think that was very much our turning point for realizing where, whether they'll go from like cartoon violence to straight up cold murder. Was that scene when she started gunning them down? We're like, oh.
I think it's funny how different they are though. Like Lupin is so like laid back. He's not trying to kill anyone. He just wants the money. He just wants that like thrill of like.
Well,
I don't want to say the hunt, but like
as a protagonist,
the treasure.
He definitely has to teeter that line of you know, not so just goals, but going through his motivations justly.
Yeah,
you don't want to be ruining a protagonist that's willing to ice every person he sees in order to acquire his wealth. So
true.
And also, On the Hunt is actually that is a good, analogy because again the wolf, Lupin, that's kind of a shtick.
Yeah. Fair.
But
and I like how it forces the writers to be creative with how he chooses to disarm and disable his enemies.
Oh yeah, and I mean it's not to say that he doesn't have a gun because he does. He just never. He never really directly kills anyone.
Mm.
Now that one dude that got stuck in the aqueduct, that dude's dead as shit.
That's not his fault. Yeah. No, the dude that got stuck in the clock tower.
Oh, that's all right. It was a clock tower with some water running through it. Yeah, he got fucking crunched. Or no, it wasn't water. That's right. Yeah. That's right. That was up to the guys
that was on the top side. Yeah.
PPSHs. Yeah. But yeah, it's around this time Fujiko starts trying to help out as Zenigata and fucking Lupin are just flying through the air. Lupin's just like, yeah, no, you got it. I'll be right back. He's like, wait, what?
I've never
just fake it. It'll be good.
It's like that scene in Thor Ragnarok. Use one of your PhDs to pilot the spaceship. I don't have a PhD for that.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he hops in, starts helping them out, and Zenigata gets fucking shot down.
Yeah. And Lupin gets like hella like fucked up. Really,
he gets shot at the same time. That's right. The same shot goes through him too.
Yep. From the little gremlin man who apparently is on some mounted machine gun now.
Fucking MG42, a straight up MG42 just mounted up there. Like, holy shit.
So then we get to the standoff scene where it's like Fujiko has to make the decision whether she wants to save Lupin by giving Cagliostro the ring, or while Lupin's trying to tell her, no, don't do it. The guy on the MG42 fires warning shots, which, by the way, I don't know how the hell you fire warning shots with the turret without accidentally one of those things just completely killing your target.
Yeah. Clarice is her name, by the way.
Yes.
We forgot to mention that.
The princess.
But yeah, Clarice, he just tells her, give me the ring, or, and he gets to go, or, I'll just kill you both. Which then Fujiko intervenes after Lupin tells her, perhaps not. Fujiko just kind of dicks on him and is like, yeah, no, I know where it is. And as he's lying through his teeth, he's like, would I be that stupid to keep it there? Instantly finds it there. Shit.
Well, called my bluff.
But
she knows him too well.
Even though he's about to open fire, fucking Zenigata comes crashing in on top of the roof, and just, everybody just grabs on.
Yep.
Except Fujiko. Or not Fujiko.
Except Clarice.
Clarice.
I don't know why. In fact, that's...
For story.
Seems like the first person you should have grabbed, too. But
so our
anyways.
defeated heroes make a hasty retreat to safe haven.
Cool.
Yeah. We meet the guy from the... or we run back into the guy from the castle grounds where the fire happened. And we meet Carl the dog.
Coral!
Carl!
Just
Coral
the goodest
dog.
boy.
Bro, like... who the fuck names your dog Carl?
People who name their dog
You
Carl.
wouldn't?
I've never heard of a dog named Carl. Like, that's such like a basic name for like a dog. I don't know.
Man, it's easy to remember at least.
Yeah. But anyways. Yeah, Lupin's recovering from his injuries.
Sleeps an entire day.
Yeah, sleeps actually 2 days, which was why he was like, wait, what the fuck? It's tomorrow.
Which is all you need, really, to recover from a bullet wound. Just sleep 2 days. Try it yourself.
And then he's like,
eat
I'm
a
gonna
lot of
eat
food.
Everything.
Disclaimer, the Caffeinated Weebs do not condone attempting to sleep off bullet wounds.
No.
Please seek
Or
professional medical help.
Or use gluttony to also just
Try to
heal through the process.
He's just like, yeah, no, fuck it, just give him a bunch of food. Which, of course, works after he sleeps again, but whatever, right?
But during this scene, we finally get to revealing the whole big mystery surrounding the relationship between Clarice and Lupin. It's amazing how a dog can be, a storytelling device, but
Hey, man,
take it
can you
away,
use it?
Sasha.
So, it now shows Lupin's last encounter at the Castle of Cagliostro, where he got fucking shot with like 3 arrows in the back off the battlements and fell into the water. So he crawls out of the water on the shore.
And this is why they upgraded to MG, the fucking machine guns,
Yeah, they're like
instead of arrows.
arrows
Thieves
didn't
are
work.
less likely to escape and survive.
So
All right, please continue.
yeah, he wakes up like a day or two later with a dog just growling in his face. He's like, ah, shit. Of course, it's Coral, but then you see a fucking 9-year-old Clarice. So here's the part where we gotta talk about this. So Lupin never, to his credit, like he is all about like, no, please stop that. You're like a little sister to me.
He's a classy gentleman.
Yeah, the entire time. But of course, she's just dead set on it, whatever. But she helps him recover over the next few days, and eventually he gets better and just ups and leaves. No word to nobody, which is arguably why she doesn't recognize him until later on. But I don't know. Just I'll agree that one's a little sloppy. But now is the day of the wedding.
Yes, the big finale.
Yep. They're even.
Because
pulling
you
in
fail
the
one
bishop
heist,
from Rome.
get back on your shoes, do it again.
What's up? Wait, what?
What? Yeah.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
I didn't hear it.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
So yeah, the bishop is being brought in from Rome or whatever, and as soon as you hear that, you know exactly what's going to happen. Because it's Lupin. It's Lupin.
Well,
But
it's as soon as you see the man there going, yeah, I can show you another way around.
oh yeah, with the little lamb, the adorable
Yeah.
lamb. I do want to say though, isn't it hilarious how everybody in line is just like, what? No, fuck off. We were here in line first. Yeah, but I'm literally the guy that has to be there for the wedding. Yeah, well, you can fucking wait.
Well, I thought they weren't in line. There was like an avalanche or something like that caused the roadblock.
No, I'm fairly sure they were in line for the going to the.
That's what it said in the English, at least.
Or maybe it was. Maybe I don't know. I don't think that's what it was, but maybe.
But anyways.
Yeah.
So
The
we
point
get
is
to
you
the
get
wedding
point. They're
scene.
impersonating the Pope.
Archbishop.
That's what it was, Archbishop. Yeah. But yeah, now so they arrive with a man that looks suspiciously like Jigen driving, and the Archbishop. So yeah. By the way, yeah, you do see the guy do the fucking oh god, I can't remember what that is called, the act of doing and such. But yeah, he's like, oh, I didn't know you were religious.
And then he was like, "You better pray Lupin doesn't survive this."
At that point, I was just like, what? I can't be a piece of shit too and be religious. Like, fuck.
I made the offhanded joke. It was just like, after what that butler has seen, he needs God.
Yeah, that's fair. You've seen some pretty crazy shit over the last couple of days. But, yeah. By the way, the visuals in this next scene are...
We're not going to talk about it. You didn't see anything, chat. Just cover your eyes for the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's a little rough. The imagery is not great, for one. But
let's just say, in light of recent events, it would not pass over well.
Oh no! Hey, but look, funny man in a gimp mask going to a wedding. Yeah, by the way, who the fuck wears a weird gimp mask to their wedding?
Bro, yes. I was going, what is this helmet he's got on? Why is it just a big old ram? And just third, why?
It looks so spastic, and I love it. Like her
I
outfit,
do
whatever,
not.
I get it.
It's symbolic.
I don't give a damn that's symbolic. It is a big old no for me, Chief.
You know what, Sean? I agree. So as Confucius says, symbolism can suck my balls.
Oh, fuck me.
And then we get to the part where it's revealed that Clarice got a mind control drug, which, by the way, very anime. Also very hentai, but, very anime.
Jesus.
Oh, my God. But yeah, you can kind of tell she's conked out as they're moving through with questionably dressed individuals.
Questionable attire, more like questionable practices. We get to the part where they're up at the altar and they're saying the vows, and they're like, Clarice, do you agree to this marriage?
We'll take your silence as a
Do
yes.
do not say anything if it's a yes. I'm going like, what?
When was this a
fucking
thing?
right?
Oh yes, this is how we say I do. Do not say anything.
It's like,
And then
what?
he,
What?
of course, says like quickly, "All right, yes, I do."
Oh, yes, I do.
Yes.
Don't worry about the woman. Only my opinion matters.
By the way,
According to the count.
I want to ask how the fuck Fujiko just gets all these jobs. Also, because you see she's part of a news crew now.
Yeah.
Just randomly, as one does.
Oh man, it's like that scene we saw earlier when they were hijacking the fucking telephone lines to call. What was it?
Okay, but to be fair,
She hijacked the airwaves.
That's plausible. If you get into a junction box at a telephone line back in the day, theoretically that's possible. But
I'm still more inclined to believe you could more easily hijack airwaves, broadcasting television, than you could hijack a telephone line.
what do you mean?
Because I don't know what it was. They just clipped something to a telephone line.
Yeah,
It was like,
I totally agree. Like that's
No. Like, have you ever seen those junction boxes on telephone lines?
Yeah, but that's not what she did.
No, but she just attached a thing.
You
to
never
the
see
actual
where it's
line.
attached to.
It was just literally attached. Yes, you do. You literally see it's just attached to the line. It's
You don't see
literally
where
just
the
the
end
line.
is, I don't think.
Yeah,
Unless
she
I
took
Yes.
it off,
missed
and then because she like pressed a button, and like came off, and then she just went about her business.
But anyway, yes, that is theoretically plausible. Anyway, but yeah, so she's randomly part of a news crew and just here now.
Whatever, Sasha. Whatever.
But- I'm serious. Anyways, fucking, she's televising the wedding.
And in comes Robo-Man. Yes.
No. In comes a dynamic trio. You know, in comes
Jingen, Goman, Goemon, and
Goman.
Robo-Man.
Robo-Man.
Go
yeah.
man.
So, yeah, he starts. Of course, it's Lupin, but you know, he starts going on a spiel about being a demon of the past or whatever to punish the Cagliostros for all their shit. Starts telling them a bunch of all the garbage that he does. Then all of the definitely not. I don't even know how to refer to them. Definitely not caricaturized men in robes.
Yeah.
Then attack him.
Yeah.
And stabby the what you think to be Lupin.
A surprise, Robo-Man.
It is
Robo-Man.
And you'll
And
never guess it, but Lupin was the Pope the whole time.
Archbishop.
No way.
Yep.
Archbishop.
So part
It
of
was like-
Lupin's plan is that he starts causing chaos, throwing counterfeit bills at everybody, and in turn, this allows
It's- what? Who?
blonde chick.
Oh,
And,
Fujiko.
Fujiko.
Yeah, Fujiko
she
and
starts-
Inspector
Zenigata to go down
fucking name.
under
Zenigata
church.
to like pretend that they're a legit news crew, like exposing everything. Like, oh, look at these counterfeit bills. And
Look
then-
at all these.
Look at all these
counterfeit
printing
bills
press.
that I did.
What could they be printing down here?
Yeah.
Oh no, look.
So part of
Counterfeit
Lupin's whole plan
bills.
was both an escape plan as well as an expose plan to expose Cagliostro, and then we cut to the whole escape sequence.
And might I say,
And
they just film Fujiko just beating the shit out of these guys. She's just
With
like,
a
don't
random
you dare
wrench.
stop filming. Yeah.
and then she just like starts getting into her like camo outfit, and the cameraman's just like, yeah, this is normal.
Yeah, it's
It's
like,
fine.
yeah, this
She
is,
probably had the
this
TV
is-
MA rating, right?
This is a thing that happens normally.
And I'm just like,
This is your
man,
regular
at
program.
what point do you like go, I do not need this job this bad?
Yeah, honestly, like ninja assassin assholes are trying to come up behind you and fucking murk you for your camera. Like, at what point are you like, all right, journalistic integrity is a little too much right now?
But yeah, anyways, we have Lupin and Clarice running on top of the aqueduct, heading to the clock tower.
because they
And
figured
that's
out
whenever he
something.
puts the rings together and realizes what it says. And we learn about how the treasure not yet
Was the
actually.
friends you made along the way.
No.
Okay, but to be fair, when we look at this clock tower, I want to ask you, who, like, everybody who's lived here for the past couple hundreds years, right? Nobody ever thought, why is there a set of fucking steps on the face of this goddamn clock tower going up to nowhere?
Honestly, yeah, because like there's like the whole stair system on it, but it just leads to the top, and then first off, it's super sketchy, super sketchy,
Absolutely.
and second, like, yeah, it's not like you're going up there to do maintenance. No, why are you going to go up to like the top of the clock face for literally no reason?
Yeah. Oh, I also
So-
do want to mention, back at the wedding, my favorite part again, Sword versus Truncheon Boys 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Jesus.
They fucking,
Battle of the
I
century,
love
dude.
just that idea. Just let's go charge a bunch of guys with giant fuck off swords.
And I think the best part about that whole sequence, as well as his final showdown with Cagliostro, is just like, you'd expect this to be like some super intense dramatic sequence, but it goes over the top Looney Tunes. That is their idea of final showdown. You know, the scene with them fighting, they're just running on two opposite ends of the clock gears, like looking at each other.
Yeah, and they're just swinging at each other every time they come back around. Oh, it's the greatest. Like, it never takes itself too seriously. Because, like, you even see the guy, he's just booking his shit.
You get the whole scene of them trying to chase them off the clock tower. Fucking Lupin gets this idea to like unhinge one of the gears, like fucking try and crush a bunch of dudes.
And by the way, yeah, one of these dudes that go up in that tower is absolutely fucking dead. Crushed.
He tries to go the same way that Lupin and Clarice did, but instead of doing the quick, we need to jump off, he doesn't, and just.
You see gear 1, gear 2.
And he's like, yeah, no, don't look. Oh, man. Imagine having to clean that up, too. But, yeah. No, now they make their way up out to the clock face. Standing on opposite ends of the fucking needles. So, Lupin tells Cagliostro boy, hey, let her walk away. You can have these nice rings, yeah? So, by the way, like, I don't understand what he thought was going to happen by just laying them there. Like, he should have at least held on to them until that point.
Yeah, like, this dude already has, like, all this tech and everything. Like, I'm sorry, you should at least have, like, some idea, like, he doesn't just have a sword. There's no way he doesn't only have a sword.
Yeah, he's got something up his sleeve or something.
Maybe you should have done the
Man's got
classic
lasers.
tie little
Oh, speaking of which, you
strings,
forgot about the
rings.
lasers. The lasers that melts his gun and he goes hot, hot, hot. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Random little side thing.
It does
More
show
Looney Tunes.
again. That is nice because again, it shows the Chekhov's gun of, you know, if it introduces something in this movie, it's going to be used for something. Nothing ever is just some superfluous garbage that they put on screen just to put on screen.
Yeah.
I love it. They always introduce something before they use it.
Well, anyways, so the Count ends up firing fingy rockets with his ridiculous gauntlet, and Lupin is off balance and falls off the clock tower a little bit and catches himself. Is it on the hand or just further down?
No, it's further down, I believe. No, that's right. He doesn't. He only catches her before they go into the water.
No, he catches himself on something. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you mean the guy, Cagliostro, right?
No, Lupin. Whenever he falls off the arm of the clock, whenever he gets the fingy rockets fired at him.
Well, no, because after he tosses Clarice, he just jumps off to go catch her, remember? Didn't he?
Yes, I understand that, but the thingy rockets happen first before he throws her.
Yes. I understand that. It's not... Okay. I don't understand what your point is, so go ahead.
Wait, are we remembering this wrong?
Thingy rockets
Yes.
fire at Lupin.
Lupin loses balance.
Lupin loses balance. He falls a bit. I'm trying to remember, does he catch himself on the actual, like, arm or the finger of the clock, arm of the clock, or somewhere further down the face of the clock?
I guess further down, I don't even remember that specifically, but... I mean, it's a very minor detail. It's a very minor, insignificant
Anyways, yes, anyways. So, and then Clarice is trying to help Lupin, and he's like, well, you can either die here or die later, blah, blah. No, I think that
was
actually
before.
Earlier.
That was the first, that was when they first got on the clock phase.
So then, what does Count do? I mean,
He
it
tosses
sucks
her
that I
off.
literally just... All right, never mind. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like, unless I'm forgetting something, like, as far as I remember, he just tosses her off the edge, and Lupin's like, oh, fuck, gotta catch her before...
Got a blast. Yeah.
smack and die.
So the Count
And-
now in possession of both rings.
To be
Catches
fair,
himself by
though,
a fucking
that
sword.
fall would definitely kill him anyways into the water.
Depending on how you
Isn't a
enter the
fall-
water, yeah.
Head first, though? No.
Well, okay, so there's a reason you see that. Like, you see when she is falling that he holds her head stable, because the most dangerous part of that is like when your neck or when your head hits the water.
Impacts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the impact can just snap your neck. But as long as that's held stable, theoretically you're fine. But you can't do that while you're unconscious.
Okay, so yes, the Count has both rings now. And the man starts to climb up the face of the clock to go put the rings into the goat's face that faces west towards the rising sun. And he puts them into the goat's eyes because those are the eyes of the goat, and which engages this whole mechanism within the clock tower to start basically collapse it and destroy the clock tower. But it also engages the hands of the clock to come up to midnight or to noon or whatever, to 12 o'clock basically.
And
Well. Rip the Count.
the Count didn't think, maybe I should slide down this while it's moving. He's
Maybe
like,
I should
nah,
just
better.
not be in between these two moving clock hands.
He's just like, nah, you know what? I'm just going to try to push him away from each other.
And
Yeah,
audience,
I
all you
don't-
need to know, he is now a Count sandwich.
A fine paste.
I don't know about
I
a fine
don't
paste, but he is a Count sandwich.
Dan, the thought process that went into that, yeah.
He's like a slice of ham in between the two clock faces.
But the clock tower crumbles and falls, and all of a sudden there's all this running water coming out from
The aqueduct.
the aqueduct and the dam that was apparently made from the clock tower. And it turns out the treasure
Wait.
is back there.
Wait. But it reveals the real treasure. An audience, you'll never believe what it was.
It's not friendship, don't
the
worry.
Nakamas we made.
God damn it.
I couldn't say it with a straight face. Okay.
It's
let's get to
not
the real
friendship.
treasure.
It's not friendship.
Okay, so it's not friendship. See, the real treasure,
Sad.
when they go to the area that's been drained of all the water, it turns out it's an ancient city. What was it? A Roman city, right?
Yeah, an
Yes.
untouched Roman city that they flooded, so when the Gauls invaded, it wasn't, they couldn't do anything to it because it's underwater.
So, hypothetically, Cagliostro, like the country, is situated in like Rome then.
Yes.
Italy. It's in Italy.
Yeah, I think it's one of the isles off of like Sicily or something like that. I think is where it's supposed to be.
That explains the spaghetti and meatballs then that we saw near the beginning of the movie. Explains everything.
Spaghetti.
Dude, wait. These writers are actually like 500 IQ, man. They nailed it down to the detail.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm
Holy
saying.
shit.
Galaxy brains.
Well, Lupin takes her through this whole tunnel, and they show up at her family's manor, basically the fire, whatever that
Where the
happened.
fire happened.
Yeah, and well, we found the treasure, but I can't take any of this. It's all too big for me to take. Thanks, though. But here's the real treasure.
The friendship we made along the way.
You can't even deny it. That is what happens.
I mean,
It wasn't. Well,
God.
to him, it was a friendship made along the way. To her, it's she wants the dick.
yeah.
Okay, well, if you're going to come out outright and say it.
I
See,
mean,
it's revealed near the end that she confesses to Lupin, and she's like, "Oh, I've been in love with you ever since I first met you." Excuse me, honey, you were 9.
And he's just like,
I see her as a little
fuck?
sister.
Yeah, he's like, how's about we keep it at like
How's about we keep it
Friends.
PG?
They're keeping it in the family. They're keeping it in the family. They're keeping it in the family.
Okay, stop that. Okay, so
no.
okay, all right. Now I got to go into this because I did also hear this during our initial viewing. So history time, boys and girls. The reason why these two families were quote unquote marrying into each other was because back in the day, in Roman times, there would often be popular families in Senate or other positions of power. Though they would often intermarry because they didn't really want to, intermarry with
Royal
the plebeians.
bloodline.
Yeah, they were all noble houses. They had no reason to live with plebeians and things like that. So when it means intermarrying, it means like a couple hundred years ago, their two families were more than likely Senate and intermarried multiple times, which was normal. Story time or history time over.
All right.
What you need to know is
So-
incest. You can know, and we always know that ends well.
Well, anyways,
So Lupin turns her down.
yeah, Lupin turns her down, and Carl shows up, and she's so excited. Carl. And this is when Lupin goes, this is my ticket to get out.
This is my exit.
And then hops
Yeah.
in the car with Jigen and Goemon.
And she goes, I love you. And yeah, I love you too, princess, as a sister.
And as they're going, fucking Zenigata shows up and is like, "Hey, I'm gonna go catch him." And she's like,
my
"You should-"
Oh my God.
still to catch Lupin. I'll get him this time.
And she was like,
His
"You
line.
should." Yeah, I'm getting to it. Don't worry.
His line at the end.
Like, fucking. You should be rewarding him. He was a hero. Yes, but he stole something. Your heart.
Oh my god. He stole your heart, didn't he? Yeah, you're right. I'm going.
It's
So
just
I
like,
need to bring him back. to
How is that going to
justice.
go in a court of law?
Hey, yeah, he can't go to jail, but like we can put him into like house arrest back over here.
No, it's just when he said it, it was just like he stole your heart asterisk, as well as many other things that we can actually totally arrest him for.
As well as
I was
millions of
just-
dollars of other.
His
You know.
line there at the end, I was just like, oh my god,
It hurt.
why?
That ain't the most
Why?
cheesy shit I've ever heard in my life.
Honestly.
Okay, but to be fair, you have to think of it in the realm of this is from the 70s.
Fair.
This kind of
Alright.
created those tropes.
So, so Psycho, what'd you think of the movie?
All right. So, as a lover of, shows like Detective Conan, this really struck a chord with me. This was really entertaining, as well as my background watching, Looney Tunes cartoons. So, it's very Deus Ex Machina, though. That is my one gripe with it, is he does get out of a lot of his situations through random bullshit. But as far as how the movie was written, how it was presented, overall, the whole thing was such a joy to watch. And man, I don't know, I just want to watch more of that.
Hell yeah.
Dan,
So season 1 through 4, got it.
and you want to add any notes that you did have while we do this?
You guys kind of went over everything I had for notes. I've been just reading down my
Bitch,
list.
then jump
with
in
you
next
guys.
time.
I didn't want to cut anybody off, but
Don't give a fuck. Do it.
But yeah, overall I liked it. It was I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10. At the start, I didn't really know what was going on. To me, it was kind of just like all over the place. But I do like, the older animation. It does give me like, it does remind me of Looney Tunes.
nostalgia vibes.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same thing for me. Like, I really enjoyed it, but I do have to say I'm going to give it like an 8 out of 10. It was really good, and especially this being my first like Lupin or my introduction to Lupin, it was. I mean, I've literally always avoided watching Lupin just because like there's so much to it. So, no, for this being my first one, it was really good. It was really enjoyable. I might have to go out of my way and check out some more now.
Yeah, I think most of it's on Crunchyroll too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say big recommendation. Check it out. Sasha, being your pick, what do you want to say about it?
9 out of 10. Of course, nothing's perfect, but god damn it if this doesn't come close for me. It's everything that I love in Lupin, and it's almost everything that I love in an anime. Wonderful music, great animation, pretty tight and concise. Yeah, pretty tight and concise story, cool gadgets and shit. And it's just an all-around fun time. The anime is designed to be a really fun watch.
Yeah.
Recommend. Top priority.
Which is to say, it's great that we all enjoyed this, because audience, if you weren't aware, there's a bit of a movie coming out soon in relation to Lupin III. That's, let's just say we all seen the trailer and kind of interested.
Damn, it looks
Looks
good.
really nice.
I don't know how I feel about the CGI, but...
Oh, dude, but
the
this is
CGI Lupin?
This is the CGI that
I think it's called Lupin
herald
the
as
First, isn't it?
really fucking good. Like, this is
Yeah,
the kind
no.
of shit we need more of.
I agree. It looks really high quality, but that's what kind of worries me. It looks high quality, and usually when things look that high quality, you always turn out that way.
Yeah. Well,
But audience, if you are interested in checking out Lupin, but, some of it seems a little too old, maybe you should give this new movie a shot, see if you'll enjoy it.
And if you're a fan of the Detective Conan, those crossover movies, I have also watched those, or at least one of them. It's real good. Real good.
so, Sasha, what's the YouTube?
It is Caffeinated Weebs on YouTube.com.
Psycho, what's the Twitch?
You can watch us live at twitch.tv/Caffeinated Weebs Podcast.
Yes. And we have a Reddit that you can leave comments, recommendations, blah, 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 all that such. And that is /r/Caffeinated Weebs. Check it out. Drop some recommendations, talk to us, start a chat, start a discussion. Dan, what is our Twitter where you can add us?
At Weebs Podcast.
Yeah. And you can also listen to us on podcast format. And you can listen through Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify. Just look up Caffeinated Weebs Podcast. There's many more like random things, but those are the ones I have the list for. Anyways, I have been one of your hosts, Shawnee095. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Shawnee095.
I'm DanbyyTV. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at DanbyyTV.
I'm Psychometryyy with 3 Ys. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter under the same handle.
And I am SashasStreams. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at SashasStreams.
Yeah, and then this has been episode 36.
Do we know what we're doing next week?
I think we're actually going to do the CGI in anime finally.
Oh?
And we can talk about that shitty CGI from X-Arm.
So let's talk about
And we
X-Arm
can
the whole time.
talk about literally the only good thing that came out of Beyblade, which was the CGI.
We could talk about K.
Yeah, we can talk
Yeah,
about
I guess there
K.
was a
So
little
we're going to be
bit of
talking
CGI,
about
yeah.
quite a bit of stuff with
Visiting
CGI from anime.
Yeah.
So, yeah, get ready for that bombshell to happen.
Look forward to it. Get
Oh,
hyped.
yeah.
We're going to talk about shitty CGI. Let's go.
Let's go, champ.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Y'all have a good night. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Incest is wincest.
Oh, Jesus.
Why are you Raikadoos?